What's up, guys? This is Rob at Black Hill Woodwork, and in today's video we're going to be making another resin bowl with this. So this is a piece of cherry. I saved you guys the trouble of watching me cut this thing for the past 45 minutes. I'm not sure if you guys watched my previous video, I believe it was, but I made a similar resin bowl to the one that I'm going to make now. Similar as in the size is going to be similar. But the wood that I used in the last video was super punky. And that got me thinking. Almost every single time I've made a resin bowl, the wood has been so punky. So you know what? I found some rock hard wood. Some rock hard cherry, and yeah, we're gonna be using this instead. So that's what we're gonna do. So my plan is I cut out this weird shape. I'm gonna put it in here. I might actually hot glue it to the bottom so it doesn't float, but it is pretty snug in there, so it might be okay. And then I have a bowl of these really tiny pine cones that I'm gonna throw in each of these cutouts. I'm gonna hot glue this to the bottom, put the pine cones in, we're gonna mix up some resin, and then we're gonna put it in the pressure pot. So that's the whole plan. So I'm gonna hot glue some of these pine cones as well so that they stay on the side instead of just floating in the resin. So this is the epoxy I'll be using. It's always the same brand that I always use for deep pours, finishing, anything. This stuff really does work great. So 16 ounces part A, 16 ounces part B. Okay, so we got all the resin mixed up. And we're going to be putting them in 4 of these small cups. We'll be using grass green, bright red, sky blue, and yellow green. I picked these 4 colors because I know that they're all going to combine at least just a little bit. And when they do combine, some other colors should come out of it, like purple. So I'm trying to go for a rainbow. Some kind of rainbow, just a bunch of different colors, and hopefully these 4 colors make that happen. All right, time to pour up. Let's do it. Looks pretty good so far. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the pressure pot. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow. So it's been about 24 hours. Let's take the air out of this pressure pot and see what it looks like. I am very excited, but a little nervous. Hopefully it looks good, so let's see. That's the first look. Honestly, it didn't really drop off that much. A lot of good color separation. Let me bring the camera over here so you guys can see it better. This is it. Let's open it up. All right. I mean, it looks pretty good so far. Okay, I think we're gonna go in the garage, hook it up between centers. I may be able to just connect the headstock here, and the tailstock here, obviously. I'm just thinking, I don't know if I need to cut this down or if I could just attach it from right here. I mean, this should be the center, but I don't know. We'll figure it out once we get in the garage. So we're back in the shop. I did end up cutting away the cherry just so it made it easier to find the center. The center here, the center here. Now let's put it on the lathe and start turning it. We're going to be running at about 1200 RPMs. Alright, I didn't think we would see the cherry wood this soon, but there it is. It's looking good. Already got my tenon, sorta. I mean, I didn't shape it, but we do have the resin in the wood there to form the tenon. So now I'm going to start working this curve. Okay. Definitely looks interesting. For some reason I thought that the wood was gonna go all the way up. I don't know, I kind of like it like this with the being able to see the resin. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not done shaping it yet, so maybe we will see more wood, but I like the way it looks. You know, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to keep it like this. Like I said before, I could go much deeper and you'll see the wood all the way through. But I don't want to make this bowl too much smaller. It's already a pretty small bowl as it is. It looks good. So let's form that tenon. Okay, it's actually not flat on the top here. I didn't notice that, so I'm gonna have to do that now.
But I just want to figure out how thick I want to make these walls. But before that, let me flatten this out. Okay, I think I like the size of the walls. I might go a little bit skinnier, but not too much skinnier. So now I just need to get rid of this middle and just hollow it out. It's not a very big bowl, but I'm cutting away very slowly just because you never really know with resin. You got to be careful. So yeah, we just got to turn a little bit more, and then we start sanding. So cool. You always got to be the most careful in the center. That's where the piece is running its slowest. All right. Well, most of the hard work is done. Just gotta go deeper. I'd say probably ½ an inch. I definitely don't want to go through the bowl. I've done that too many times to count, and I don't want to do it again. So just a little bit deeper, and then we're done. At least with turning. Still got a lot of sanding to go. This is what it looks like. It's gonna look much nicer in a second when it's done with the sanding, but I mean, I'm very happy I don't have to deal with punky wood. So we're gonna sand it from 80 to 800 grit, then use the Yorkshire grit and maybe some car polish. So this is what the bowl looks like. Bowl or plate. Probably more of a plate than a bowl, but it looks really good. So next step is to clean off the surface before finishing with some denatured alcohol. So you don't want any dust or any marks coming up when you put the finish on, so that's what the denatured alcohol is for, just to clean the surface. So we're gonna wait for that to dry about 5 minutes. Then we're gonna put our first coat of Waterlux on. I'm gonna be applying probably 2 to 3 coats of Waterlux, and in between each coat, I'm gonna buff it with the Yorkshire grit. And when I'm done with all of that, you guys will see the final results. But if you enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe button. Stay tuned for future videos.